So I want to tell you why I love SEFIs so much. SEFIs have been a game changer in my life. I started with the AO scan in fall of 2021, and SEFI has been a staple in our world since the very, very beginning. So my first experience really using SEFI was not even 2 weeks after I had started with AO scan. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just playing around with it, and it was right before Thanksgiving. It was the night before Thanksgiving, and my mom fell. And it was the middle of the night. She went to take the garbage out and fell and didn't tell anybody. She got up the next morning and she had a black eye and she was in pain. Her ribs were hurting. So my sister took her to urgent care and I turned on SEFIs. I ran some inner voice for her and I turned on some SEFIs, and she went to urgent care and they did some x-rays and they saw that she had 3 cracked ribs, but they also saw that she had some internal bleeding on her liver. They weren't sure if there was a cyst that was there, that we already knew was there, if that had ruptured, or if she had severed her liver. So being Thanksgiving Day, they rushed her down to the trauma hospital. And of course, everybody at home was concerned, and all I knew what to do, feeling helpless, was turn on some more SEFIs. So I just created a SEFI playlist, throwing everything but the kitchen sink at her. I had no clue what I was doing because literally I just started using this, and we just let them run and run and run. And several hours later, after the trauma doctor saw her, my sister called and said there was no sign of internal bleeding anymore. It had totally cleared itself up. And so we know, our whole family knew, that the only thing that we had done differently was have those SEFIs on. And it was so powerful because the body is amazing. When we give it that right frequency, when we give it that right energy, it can begin to heal itself. And that's exactly what happened that day. So she still had 3 broken ribs that had to heal, but there was no internal bleeding. She didn't end up needing any kind of surgery. She ended up being completely fine. So that was the turning point in my family, that everybody was like, okay, we're in. And the whole family dove into using AO scan. My sister, my father, everybody, we used it consistently. And next thing, as we continued to go forward with SEFIs, was with my kids. I have 3 kids, and as anybody who has kids know, kids can sometimes be temperamental and can have, lose their cool. And so I created a SEFI playlist. It's my Inner Peace and Tranquility playlist. This playlist is gold in my house. Whenever anybody is having a tough time, everyone in the house knows how to turn on this playlist, and it's whoever it is just settles. And there was one day that I was on a call with a client, and one of my children was having a very rough time and was very upset over I don't even know what. And I was trying to work with my client, and I said to my client, give me just 1 second. And I put them on mute, and I went to my device and I turned on this Inner Peace and Tranquility playlist. And then I went back to my client, and in under a minute, all went silent. And my client said, what did you just do? And I chuckled and I said, I turned on SEFIs, and that shifted everything. So it was so fun and so powerful. And that was sort of the turning point. That was the first time that I really did that in our house. But now all of my kids know if one person's having a rough time, somebody else knows. If I'm not around, somebody else knows to go and just turn on those SEFIs and use that sacred Inner Peace and Tranquility playlist. There was another time with SEFIs when it was New Year's Eve, and we were out with some friends of ours. And this friend of mine had originally had an AO scan subscription, and she had used it for a little while, but she wasn't sure how, she wasn't using it enough. And so she had turned off her subscription. And we were out, we live in Florida, and we go to Disney World quite frequently. And on New Year's Eve, we were at Epcot. And my friend's son, very tired, we were all tired. We had been out late the night before at Magic Kingdom the night before. And we're walking through, and we stop and we get our kids some Mickey Bar ice cream bars. And my friend's youngest son opens up the ice cream bar, and the chocolate falls to the ground. And he goes crazy. He is hysterical. He's screaming like you would think someone was murdering him. And my friend was trying everything, talking to him, trying to rationalize with him, offering him a new one, all the things. The cast member was offering him a new one for free, and he just wouldn't hear anything of it. And finally I looked at her and I said, can I turn on some SEFIs for him? And she was like, yes, please do whatever you have to do. And so I went and I turned on some SEFIs, and in under a minute, he was all calm, and he looks at his mom and says, yeah, can I have another Mickey bar, please? And it was over. The rest of the night, we were totally fine. We got him his ice cream, and he was totally fine, and we went on and enjoyed the rest of our evening. As soon as this happened, my friend said, tomorrow, I'm getting right back onto AO scan, and she did. She reenacted her AO scan subscription and has been using it ever since, very consistently with her kids and her friends and her family. So SEFIs are absolutely the go-to in our house, whether it is for emotional needs or emotional regulation, physical needs, someone has a headache, someone doesn't feel well, anything. SEFIs are our first go-to. I have seen so many amazing transformations just from using SEFIs and having that be your first line of defense, that if you're not currently using SEFIs, why not?
Hi, I'm Melinda Love, a Solex quantum living advocate. The AO scan is advanced bioresonance frequency technology that we can use to scan and balance our energy anytime, anywhere, right from our own device. To learn more about this quantum wellness tool that's changing lives, go to aoscanqla.com. On this page, I provide you information about how it works, the 40 plus years of science behind it, and how it came to be, information about the programs that you will receive access to with your subscription, diagrams, videos on how the scans work and what benefits you might receive. You'll find pricing information, a video about how to sign up, and my favorite product bundle that you can use to amplify your results with the technology. You'll also see real transformation stories and testimonials from other users. Check the video description for direct links, related videos, and how to contact me. I invite you to join the Solex community and start scanning and receiving the benefits of frequencies today. Thanks for watching.